Oh, good God. Are we even here? Are we even here?
I'm not apparently.
You're not here. Let me put you up here. I've got Vincent in there. Let's.
Vincent's up there.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm busy looking for our channels. Yay, we made it.
I think we are.
You guys see us? Do you hear us?
Do you hear us?
That was the big problem. We had no sound earlier. On top of this, that we were crashing.
Yeah,
we have sound. We have sound. Thank you, Deborah.
Pull
Thank
the
you.
chat. Pull the chat. Pull the chat.
Pull the chat. We are pulling the chat. Woohoo. Man, that was a rough start. That was a rough ride. You handled it like a champ. You were pissed. I could see sparks coming out your ears, but you got us back out there.
Yeah, sparks are coming out my ears now that I've chewed up 21 minutes into the show. So
it's all
here
good.
we go. It is what it is. Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. I'm going to next week. I've done everything. I'm going to change all the keys. I'm going to replug the hardware, and I'm going to go out and take an axe handle and beat my internet line out there really hard. That's all I can do. So
yeah, once it's like, okay, it was a fluke. 2 times it's happened to us twice in 3 weeks now. So yeah, we gotta reconfigure. Something's up. Yeah. I hate that though. I had to do that to my studio in November. Remember, I crashed 2 times and was like, nope, gotta tear this shit apart.
It's all. Shanda is loud, Oz.
I'm loud.
Are you too loud? Okay.
I might be turned up from my show, so let me turn down.
A little bit.
Yeah, I'm up a little bit because I crank for my show.
Is that better? Is that better? Peace? Is that better?
Better.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm bouncing as hard on my mic.
I hope you're not bouncing. Bouncing on your mic.
I have had a shit week. How about you, Oz? How about you guys? The first week of 2024 sucked ass. I had brain fog, just crazy shit. I couldn't remember words. I said John Pillinger instead of John Pillager this week. And I know the difference, but you know me and my enunciation. And then there was a couple of other just fucked up things all week. And then I fought a headache for the last 24 hours. So.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, yay for 2024.
Hell of a way to start the new year with a 7.5 earthquake in Japan and murder, death, kill. Vic says you're good. We're good. Hey, gamer. Okay. SFT, Snow Leopard, Peace Dove, Dr. Nick Rivera.
Yay,
Jax. Thank you, Jax.
Hey,
Good evening. Glad you worked it out. I'm going to work it out. I'm going to
always work it out.
Yeah, mastermind hour.
I can tell you that about Oz. He will always get us on the air. If it takes fucking an hour, we'll get there.
Bad cookies. Sean Miller, good to see you. Good to see everybody. Peace Dove. There's Vic again. What do we got? Cold Fusion Gaming. Good to see you. Oh my God. I do apologize, everybody. Deborah Grossbach. I got to scroll back up. Anthony, what's going on, Anthony? Good to see you. I don't know what's with the voice. L. Holmes, good to see you. You got somebody over at the Rockfin? Are we even live on Rockfin? I don't know.
Yes, we are live on Rockfin. Or no, we're live on Rumble. And yes, we are live on Rockfin too. We got lots of people hanging out. Fred Edwards, we're so glad you are home and heal up, rest up. And thank you so much for all you do for us. And yeah,
keep an eye on that, Fred. Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. Hey, Zoxo Voxo. Copeland Morris is hanging out along with Crone of Heresy, one of our Patreons.
Crone, your coffee will be there Tuesday. Crone's Coffee, you'll be there Tuesday. Aram, your coffee will be there Monday. Thank you both so
look at
much.
all these people getting Joey's coffee.
Yeah.
Denver Attaway's over there with Aram and Kate. Hi, Kate. Kate, I'm so glad you're home and safe and sound. Popeye's hanging out with Dirk Diggler. And Aram was first in the room over there. Thank you guys for hanging out and making sure you found us after we dropped and stopped and rolled and came back a couple of times. And hey, Rumble, what's up, Rumble? Rumble's been growing on us. I gotta say, Rumble's growing on me. It really is.
Yeah, it is me too.
We got a Dingo Ate Me Baby over there. Go Start. Jax is over there too.
Hi, Jax.
Veraciar.
You're the enunciation person. I'm
not. I know. You guys know my enunciation. I've got a trailer park accent from the north mixed with a frickin' southern Louisiana Cajun thing going on. Let's see. Jax is over there too. And Go Start. Go Start. I see you.
Hey,
Let's see. Huck Flim. Hi, Huck Flim. And La 66 is hanging out too.
And hello to everybody on Kick and Twitch and Twitter or Twitter X.
The
whatever.
bridge thing. That was another thing. I got a ton of trolls this week, and I saw that there was shit going on in the chat. But when I'm in the middle of a show, I can't. I just keep going, right? So join me over on Trailer Park Pundit on Monday. I'm going to be throwing wrenches around. But you guys all got wrenches in our chat right now.
I think so.
And that's true democracy in the chat, if you ask me. So have at it.
Yeah, that's
Each
our
other.
philosophy. You know, if we can all be adults in a room, once in a while you're going to get wackos in there, and I'm kind of wacko myself, so just boot me when you want. I don't care.
Time out somebody, give them a chance if they come back and they're
Yeah.
boot 'em,
I'm kind of going
That's
through
fine.
the. You like my hair, Shanda?
I love your hair. It goes with the card. That was a beautiful card and a great song choice this week, I gotta
Oh
say.
yeah, everybody seemed to like that. You know, everybody get together and get your shit together. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Omar.
get your shit
Get your
together
shit.
right
I'm
now.
kind of going through the backgrounds here because we got 20 minutes eaten off the show, and I
Right.
need to keep it, you know, as long as I
Yeah, no,
can.
just skip ahead. We don't have to do the mundane freaking bullshit. We did though, didn't we? Fair use and all that crap.
No, we already ran through it,
Okay.
and I'm just checking.
Doesn't matter anyways. Nobody
I'm
hears to
checking
that
the
shit.
stream here. See if
We look
we're-
good. I've checked us. We're golden everywhere
Okay,
I see
we
us.
are here. Okay, did we miss anything? Housekeeping.
We got a super chat or a super Ray hanging over on the Rockfin. Old. I don't have my glasses. I told you I need to find my glasses. You're gonna have to look at who it is. I'm sorry.
I'm
Thanks
sorry.
for being real. Thank you for being real and real. I should have brought my glasses.
I'm gonna have to go over and look at the Rockfin backwards.
We've had a rough start today, guys. Oh, here's some glasses.
Old
Okay.
geologist, yes, old geologist. We
I
appreciate
thought
that.
that's what it said, but
No,
I was
you're
like,
you're
okay,
right.
I don't wanna
love
get it
those.
wrong.
I love those glasses. By the way, Shanda,
Oh,
I'm
they're dirty.
sick of this. The Democrats have weaponized January 6th,
Oh, yeah. Happy
365
January
days a year. That poor cow. But
Yeah.
I see.
I have some January 6th stuff down further in the deck, so yeah,
I
we'll
don't-
talk about it.
I don't
They-
see people buying the bullshit this time around. I
No,
really
you
don't.
hear the journalists all say the January 6th attacks. They don't call it a fucking insurrection unless they're weaponizing and wanting to take Trump off the ballot, right?
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, and it's ridiculous the level they're using it. And I know you guys probably didn't get the little puppet thing that I had going earlier this morning, but yeah, it's at the beginning of the show, and I think I've got this in here. I just wanted to say good riddance to 2023, and I wanted to point out we're getting some animations in from the AI, so keep an eye on those. Let me know what you think looks good and what you think doesn't. Got that Harry Potter painting thing going on.
I like
in
that
the-
you animated that one. That reminds me of Roar. We need to keep that one for Roar Media.
Yeah,
as
we
a
do.
thing.
We do need to.
But
keep
we
that.
weren't silent in 2023, and we're not gonna be silent in 2024.
No,
either.
we're
gonna
not.
call the bullshit as we see the bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully we'll be up and online and running more often than not. Let me shut this down. So my bad. I think the key was bad because I haven't got a warning since. So for those out there, your key to going to Restream, if you have the problems we've had, refresh that key. Get a new key. That might help.
Yeah.
Portland, we have a problem. Boy, I last night I sent Shanda this message, and yeah, they had a problem. All right, a window.
Yeah, that's fucking scary. But what was my first response? I was like, oh, fuck, our infrastructure and our planes are like 30, 40 years old. I know when I fly, I always get on planes that are so fucking old. They still have like the cigarette things in the cup holders.
I
you
know.
And
Safety.
So I assumed
yeah.
this was an old plane, but no, it was a new plane that just rolled off of the freaking
Yeah,
the
what
line
was,
like
was
2 months ago.
737 C Max. Is that what it was, or am I incorrect?
They're a max. They grounded all of them, right, till they figure out why that thing blew out. But here's the thing. I mean, the video we saw, the passengers were very subdued and calm for fucking Americans. They're normally freaking out, losing their shit for one. And then they said there was no casualties because there was nobody occupying that seat. All it did was rip a young kid's shirt off. Like, that's scary. It ripped your shirt off, but
Yeah.
nobody else got hurt.
Well, yeah,
I've
I
got
was Portland.
questions.
I grew up in Portland, and
And why the
yeah.
fuck do they even have that there then? If it's not an active functional door, I guess for emergencies maybe,
Yeah,
but it
emergency
caused
door.
emergencies, so maybe they should rethink that design.
No, Dr. Nick, nobody got sucked out, and from what I understand, nobody was sitting there. So yeah,
It's Alaska. Nobody can fucking afford to fly Alaska anymore. They're one of the higher flight
yeah,
ones to pay.
the guys I grew up with would have said, "Ah, shit, let's just go." Just don't even bother. We'll fly like this. Just
just keep going.
Fire up some coffee. I'm glad nobody got seriously hurt on that. That's
oh God, yeah, this
crazy
could be disastrous, right?
Crazy
that could have been
shit.
so bad.
Yeah, let's move on. You brought this one.
I brought this because last night I fell asleep listening to George Carlin. Because why not? Right? You never gets old. And remember the one where he's talking about how our language is so fucked up. You know, like what they used to call shell shock and now PTSD, and they soften the language. Well, I ran into this morning, and I thought, God, what a perfect fucking example of what Carlin was saying in that stand-up so many years ago. Israel in talks to facilitate humanitarian immigration of Gazans.
What?
Humanitarian immigration of Gazans. Yeah, that's their new softening of the word genocide, right?
Yeah.
Humanitarian immigration.
So when people are not engaged, they're going to buy that shit because it's coming to the TV. But
the shit lib boutique lefts. Oh, I have encountered more fucking TDS this goddamn week, guys, than I have in a long fucking time.
It's crazy.
Like even in my Facebook timeline, I see people like with a coffee mug and Cheney's book. Like she's a fucking hero. Like you people have lost your damn mind. Like
I got to remember our show is satire. I got to remember to say this. It's satire, but I don't get a chance to vet everything, but I did get this one, and it said that there's a list of Israeli or Palestinian journalists or killed in Palestine journalists.
Yeah.
And that's incredible. And I saw another one. I think it's up to 111 now. What is this gal here doing? What is she? Who is she?
Oh, she's talking about healthcare. Israelis' healthcare. They get free healthcare, right? 100% free healthcare. And paid for with our tax dollars.
Yesterday I made a video about how American tax dollars are essentially paying for Israelis to have free healthcare and subsidized housing, and I cannot believe there's fucking Israelis in my comments that have the nerve to tell me that they pay a tax for their own healthcare. What the fuck would you be doing without the $3 billion that America sends you
3.8
every year? Do you think your government would give a fuck about your health if they needed to find that money from somewhere else? I fucking wish I was paying a tax to pay for my health care. Because guess what? I'm paying taxes, 20% taken out of my fucking paycheck on top of the 10% that I pay everywhere I go. And we still don't get health care. It goes to you instead. Do you see how unfair that is? And you're going to sit here and tell me, you pay for your healthcare? No, the fuck you don't. Tomatoes, tomatoes. At the end of the day, we are paying for Israel to exist. And motherfuckers have the nerve to talk to me about how expensive real estate is in Israel. Good. It's stolen land. You shouldn't even fucking be there in the first place.
I like her.
And you want to talk to me about how fucking expensive real estate is? Come to America, where people in their fucking 30s who have been working for fucking over a decade can't afford a fucking house. People can't afford to fucking live. You want to talk to me about how fucking expensive real estate is? Y'all are fucking delusional, honestly.
I gotta tell you, Shanda, that accent that she has, that fucking accent, fuck,
Right, the hard fucking.
That's coming. That's in every state that I'm seeing these days. It used to be kind of all over the place, but everybody's fucking pissed. And it's crazy, and I agree with her 1,000%. And it's 3.8 billion of what we do see go.
The things we could have done with the money that has been spent in the last year of war, Oz. We could have cured homelessness like 20 times over, or some shit.
Ridiculous.
Like we could have gave each vet like $2 million. It's insane what we could have done with that money. We just siphoned it away.
What do you got here? What is this?
Well, what did you bring? I don't know what this is. You brought this, so
I brought this guy.
No, I brought the video. You brought the...
Oh, Sarah, Israel has now dropped 65,000 tons of explosives on Gaza's civilian population in 89 days. That's what you call targeted, over 1.5 times more than Hiroshima and Nagasaki nuclear blasts combined. So, this is...
this is the IDF saying that they're good guys. They're trying.
Yeah, they're trying. They're trying bullshit. They want to get every Palestinian out of there so they can take over that real estate at some point in time.
It's the
And
softer side of the
it's
idea.
going to be it's going to be an ongoing construction project for houses on the beach in Gaza. And these
Oh,
sick,
yeah.
these guys are
20
nothing but
years
sick
from
monsters.
now,
Yep.
rich motherfuckers will be living
That's
there.
all
Exactly.
it is. I'm taking that position and I'm sticking with it. Who's this? What is this guy?
This is one of the heads of the IDF talking about how they're softer and they're not targeting. And
My ass.
The Israeli Air Force is operating against terrorists in Gaza, according to intelligence, international law, and the values of the IDF.
We are operating militarily according to rules of international law, period.
No, they're not.
Okay.
No, they're not.
משאבים ומאמצים רבים לדווח באופן אמין ומבוסס עובדות ובזמן אמת.
The IDF operates against Hamas and not against the civilian population in Gaza.
they remain committed to international law.
No, they're war criminals beyond the pale.
That's
Netanyahu's a
straight up
modern.
fucking propaganda.
Netanyahu's worse than Hitler, as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned. That's my
yeah.
opinion. He's worse than Hitler. The monster should be burning in hell right now.
So what does that make Biden? Is Biden a
He's
dumber
a- he-
version
he-
of Mussolini or something?
Biden's been an asshole his entire career
He
as a
has
politician.
been an asshole his entire year.
He's an
been
idiot.
corrupt his entire life.
Yeah.
He fucking admitted he wanted to sell out before he even was allowed to really
Exactly,
sell out. Remember
exactly.
that fucking?
He's-
He's plagiarized his entire fucking life.
He's
Been caught
another
so many damn times lying.
Crooked politician. He lied his shit off yesterday again
Oh,
about
you mean
January
the return
6th.
of Dark Brandon?
Yeah, that
shit
guy-
was funny. Oh my god, I'm
unbelievable.
gonna tear it up on Monday. I've got some funny
This
ass
waste
clips.
of skin you brought right here.
Oh, this is Kirby. Kirby snapped. Did you guys see this shit? Kirby took a question he did not like the other day, and I didn't cut it. It's like a 3-minute video, so you have the power to clip it wherever you want.
Okay, I'll
but
kick it up a notch.
I think
and
he
then we'll
really
go.
doesn't snap till about a minute and a half in.
All right, I'll kick it up a notch and then we'll see how it goes. But Kirby's a waste of air on this planet.
He totally is.
He's terrible.
Oh,
Terrible.
so terrible.
Yeah, Admiral, you said that the United States doesn't want a second front, and you also said that Israel has a right and responsibility to go after Hamas leadership. But isn't the United States and the president, aren't they exactly widening and escalating this, given the fact that the U.S. is supporting chasing Hamas leadership outside of Gaza? I mean, the fact that it's going into Lebanon, a sovereign nation.
Again, your question is presuming an awful lot, and it's presuming that I said things I didn't say. I'm not confirming that the Israelis.
He's a
took this
worm.
airstrike. I would refer
I
you to them to speak to
hate
their
his
military operations.
like he's a gangster or something.
Nevertheless, I'm not confirming that they took this strike. They have a right and responsibility to go after Hamas leadership, and we expect that they'll do that in accordance with international law.
Too fast.
Yeah,
nothing's
okay,
changed about
'cause
the
that's
fact
what
that we
they're
don't want the
doing.
conflict to widen. I mean, heck, my opening statement was 4 or 5 pages worth of talking about all the kind of capabilities that the president's putting in the region to prevent that very outcome.
Bullshit.
I like speed it up, Kirby.
Given the Red Sea patrols, we knew in advance of those being set up that the Iranian defense minister said very clearly, nobody can make a move in a region where we have predominance. The United States knew that, set it up anyway. Is that not being seen as a provocation? If you know that Iran sees that as a provocation, you take the action anyway.
That's certainly turning things on their upside down, isn't it? Wouldn't you consider provocation launching ballistic missiles and drones at commercial? Wait,
Shut up.
Let me finish. Wouldn't that be considered provocation? Targeting innocent merchant shipping and innocent merchant sailors? That's
We
a
will
provocation.
protect
What we're doing,
corporate
what Prosperity
America.
Garden is all about. Go on web, you can look at it. It's a defensive posture. It's a
No,
coalition of the
it's
willing,
not.
maritime nations coming together
A
to try to
coalition of the
protect
willing.
International shipping that affects the global economy.
Escalation, because in turn what has
No, ma'am.
happened
No,
is,
ma'am.
so you're denying then that there has been an escalation since the Red Sea patrol.
You go,
disagree
girl.
with the premise of your question. It wasn't the United States who decided to attack commercial shipping in the Red Sea. The Houthis did that. And who are the Houthis backed by? Iran. As I've said before, Iran provides the missiles that the Houthis are using. We are simply in a defensive posture to try to protect that commercial shipping, and we have in the last 48 hours.
Then there's been an escalation. Now Iran has launched a frigate into that. So there has been an escalation.
Okay, again, let me stop you. The fact that they
I ask you again, has the United States' actions supported an escalation as a result?
No.
You said that your words said,
You asked me a question, ma'am, I answered it. No.
you said nothing the president has ordered has been designed to widen or deepen this conflict.
I say my answer. No.
Okay, we got to move on.
He's such an
Oh
asshole.
my gosh. You know what this is? This is him admitting that we are the corporate police for the global cabal.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we will protect shipping is what he said.
Yep.
We will protect the corporation.
Yeah. Well, we're not the world police, whether he wants to think so or not. Israel has broken 62 United Nations resolutions with absolutely no consequences. Iraq broke 2 and got invaded and destroyed by the United States for 8 years. 2. Iraq
2 that
broke
they lied about
2.
too, right?
2, yeah.
Oh, they had weapons of mass
62
destruction.
Israel has. And Mick Wallace says the U.S. and Israel do not respect international law. Absolutely, 100% they do not respect international law. We are the terrorists of the world, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And it's got to stop, and it's going to take the public, and we need to do what they're doing in all these other countries is protest, and we're not doing it. So
No.
you brought this?
They took the protest out of us with the BLMs and all that, right? You do realize they are trying to mentally exhaust you and break you down. So when they attempt their next step in their plan, you just give up and fold and comply. They think because you're tired and sick of arguing, just want shit to go back to normal, you'll start giving up your freedoms. I was not kidding when I said this is psychological warfare. This is not for the weak.
Whatever.
Absolutely.
I got to tell you, they've been mentally breaking us down for decades, in this country.
Oh, they have,
The
but they've
social
really been pounding us hard the last 5 fucking years. Come on. Well, actually, the last 8 years. I mean, if you count the elections that they fucked with, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Now you brought a Epstein. Is this Epstein stuff now?
Yeah. Okay. So the Epstein shit, Oz, I've been covering Epstein for what, 3 years now, 4 years now?
At least.
There ain't nothing fucking new in any of that shit. Nothing. I mean, okay, a couple of new sleazeballs. Well, I already knew that David Copperfield was a sleazeball. I could feel it. We already knew the Stephen Hawking shit. We already knew the Pope shit. We already knew the fucking Clinton shit. The boutique left really tried to make it about Trump. Mark Ruffalo, did you see this shit where he tweeted out some AI generated Trump picture supposedly on Lolita Express and the internet came for him? I'm going to cover it on my show. Funny shit. I actually had to go unfollow Mark Ruffalo today.
Yeah, that's such a shame too. The guy, he's good on so many issues, but you know what?
Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
stop with your TDS. Nobody wants to hear it, and you are spreading misinformation. Trump was never on the Lolita Express, so we came for your ass.
Like all these assholes, you take away their fucking podium and put them in a public square.
Yeah.
One-on-one. I take on half of them. I take on Tom Hartman. I mean, just on his TDS.
Hartman.
Just on his goddamn TDS.
So bad. TDS has been really bad this last week, especially with Trump getting pulled off ballots, right?
Yeah,
and then the Epstein stuff, they were sure it was going to expose Trump, and all it did is expose Clinton even more, right? So they ditched the country. They ran.
And you guys know why we come out with Hollywood, go fuck yourself. Because a great majority of these assholes come out of Hollywood. So
they're hand in hand. They're
they're
part
hand
of
in
that
hand.
clique.
They're part of the
It's a
clique.
clique.
Yeah.
It's this clique right here. This exact clique. That's who the clique is. It's
George
the
Clooney's,
Spaceys.
Alec Baldwin's, the Robert Downey Jr.'s, the Oprah Winfrey's, all of them. Will Ferrell's, Tom Hanks. It's incredible. That's Bruce Greenwood right there. That bothers the shit out of me because he's not. Kevin Spacey.
He's on the list.
Dushowitz,
They're all on the damn
all
list.
scumbags. All of them are scumbags. And Seth Green, that's one of your favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
Makes my skin crawl. The things I know about him.
I want to like these people personally for what I've seen them act, but they're actors. We got to remember that they're acting. They can be garbage human beings and still be good actors too. So I don't think George Clooney's that good of an actor anyway. So.
For cream of Fox bullshit, I had to bring you this Dershowitz clip because when he gets called out in a Fox interview, because he is a mainstream media freaking slut. He'll go on any show, right?
Yeah.
I mean, remember when he got Kim Iverson? Kim Iverson freaking cornered him. Oh, you're sandbagging me. Anyway, so he goes on Fox. This response to the rape allegations, he turns it around into what about Hamas?
Exactly. Every freaking time.
Now, the one point I do want to make is that I understand all the feminist groups
Shut
and
up,
radicals
asshole.
who think this is the worst thing in the world that anybody ever had any contact with Jeffrey Epstein. Where are all those radical feminists when
Oh
it
my
comes
God.
to the Hamas rapes
Oh my God.
young Jewish girls, sexual abuse, beheadings? They are quiet.
Oh,
They
it's
are
so
silent.
gross.
The incredible hypocrisy of the Me Too
Oh,
movement.
the
Me Too,
hypocrisy.
except if
Good
you're a
acting.
Jew. And I want to have a list
Oh.
of all the radical feminists who are pushing hard. And I understand.
So
that.
he's
They
a
get all these
sexist
things
prick
for
on
deal.
top of
And
everything
I
else.
wanna
I
so.
think
know
about what young
how
girls
many
were
of them
forced to
have
do to
ever
him,
actually
and
Ugh.
it breaks my heart. It
Lots
breaks
of
my heart when I look
occurred
at
and
him.
The murders that occurred, how many have been silent, and how many, like the National Lawyers
Yeah.
Guild, have actually approved of what Hamas did?
Oh
So
my
let's
God.
put this
He's
in
elevating all
context.
the beheadings and the sexual
Yeah.
violence. That's been partially, if not completely, debunked on so many levels.
Totally.
The guy he's a brain damaged asshole, and he always has been his whole life.
Well, I found this over on Katie Helper. Sometimes we bring Katie. I've never shut Katie down. I'm not a big guy. I don't watch Katie regularly, but
No,
I
Katie.
respect what she's done over the
Katie's
years.
on the right side of this issue. So
Yeah, she is on the right side. She's been on the wrong side
I
of the
debated
issues
him
from me,
on
but this is great.
Democracy Now! He was just saying one lie after another.
I will give $10,000 to the PLO in your name if you can find a historical fact in my book that you can prove to be false. I issue that challenge to you, the Palestinian Authority, to
Fuck
Noam
off,
Chomsky, and
asshole.
so tell me one thing in the book now that is false.
On page 80 of your book, you write that according to Benny Morris, between April and June...
Benny Morris being an Israeli
historian, I have a copy of his book here, which I'll hold up. 2,000 to 3,000 Palestinians were made refugees during the second stage of the flight.
I'm looking at page 256 of Benny Morris's book. Altogether, about 200,000 to 300,000 Arabs fled their homes during the second stage of the Exodus.
Between 2,000 and 3,000 and 200,000 and 300,000. Now, you can check this many times, Mr. Dershowitz, but you're really going to have to pay the $10,000. No.
Did he ever pay?
Can you get blood from a stone?
He
yeah,
owned him.
Yeah.
Norman Finkelstein.
he
owned
always kicks his
Alan
ass. I mean,
Dershowitz.
Glenn Greenwald was on Rising the other day, and
saw that.
yeah, it was Rising, and he didn't debate Robbie because
There's no point.
there's no
in
point.
arguing
Robbie
with
can't
stupid.
debate
You
anyway. He's
just-
not
yeah,
a
you
debater,
don't.
but
he thinks of stupid shit to say that comes from
nobody
the
will even discuss any of these issues with excuse me, did I say Greenwald? I said Max Blumenthal. I apologize. See, I'm foggy too. Max Blumenthal was on Rising, and he tore Robbie a new one, and he was very kind to Robbie, but Robert F. Kennedy would get fricasseed by Max Blumenthal. And,
Oh, God, yeah,
and this is
totally.
what we need to. We need more of this. Max is so knowledgeable and all that.
No, the Gray Zone's been on top of it. Did you hear that phone call? I think I've got it on my deck on Monday. The
Yeah,
phone call that
Pelosi.
they had with the Pelosi.
Yeah, Pelosi's daughter. Yeah, that was horrible.
Oh, you got to go back one. These are like subsequential, I think.
No, that's the next
Nope.
one.
No, that one right there. Right there.
Yeah, that's the
there
one.
you go.
Okay.
Okay, so Fee says, this is starts out with Comrade Misty Putin. We love Misty. A bunch of people on the right out here who think rightfully freaking out about a child's sex trafficking and Epstein, who was also given full-throated support to Israel's homies. Who the fuck you think he worked for? And Fee retweeted it and said, Dershowitz worked for an undercover Israeli intelligence sex trafficking operation that pushed high-level entertainers, government officials, and elites to our word, little girls. And there's far more evidence of this than Hamas are Israel's women. That's the truth. And Fee, you're absolutely
Yeah,
right. There
Fee's
is
been
far
killing
more
it this
proof
week, like you
that
said.
Dershowitz was involved with this shit. Fee has been on fire this week. We got a lot of Fee on the deck this week. I love it when Fee gets all fired up. And Fee says, notorious sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein recently unsealed list has brought more evidence of the ties to Israel's Mossad. The list also implies Israel's former Prime Minister Ehud Barak, who is stated to have met Epstein at least 36 times and was photographed entertaining in one of his places.
I haven't seen my relatives 36 times in my entire life.
Right? So
Give me a
when you
break,
become an
dude.
adult, from the time you're 18 till your parents die, the average time you're going to spend with them is 300 more times in your life. That's sad when you think about it.
That's incredible.
So that's crazy that these guys hang out as much, right?
Did you
That's
bring
the point.
InfoWars?
No, this is Jason Burmis. Jason Burmis, of course, he's not doing Red Voice Media any longer because they had to shut down because of a lack of funds. And so I think he might be doing the 3rd or 4th hour over at InfoWars, maybe, is what this is.
Oh,
I could be totally wrong.
All right,
I'm
well,
just
let's fire it up.
in the dark here.
Was confirmation that Jeffrey Epstein literally had hard drives full of videos that were never entered into evidence other than their pictures.
That's the sex videos. That's the real blackmail the FBI got.
Absolutely. And look, here we have burned DVDs and CDs that are labeled. Again, we didn't get to see what was on them. They were even blacking out in what was publicly available paintings that were there.
Yeah,
however, here's really the coup de grace. You want a quote-unquote client list.
I brought all this
Well, it goes
stuff
well
years
beyond
ago.
that.
I know.
What you're looking
You
at
did. I
are
remember.
binders that are blacked out that more than likely have compromised individuals and photographs of those individuals.
You're on target here, and I'm glad you bring this up. The videotapes, the safes, the FBI, you should go through that. I know you were. That is, well, we're chasing lists and flight logs. That's a distraction from what the FBI needs to release. The videotapes. They need to release the blackmail footage. That's really what was going on here. These people knew they were coming to do this as a ritual to be part of the club, whereas other mafias make you kill somebody so they can trust you and control you and have dirt on you. These people make you have sex with children.
Well, absolutely. And, you know,
I was going to say, it should end right around there, but they're absolutely right. Everybody's so up in arms about this. The site crashed when it launched because I'd been waiting for days for it to, and as soon as we got on there, it crashed, but it was back up by the middle of the night. And like I said, these were court depositions. It was things that were revealed in court. We knew a good bulk of it. I mean, there's maybe a few things in there, that got said, but no new names or anything like that I saw. If we wanted the truth, we would demand those damn videos. And that's what I've been saying for 3 years now. Because I brought all that evidence a long time ago.
No, they're holding all that stuff. They're not going to release any of that because it's going to incriminate half your damn Congress and half the richies around the world. So
I just listened to Tucker Carlson's interview with Jeffrey Epstein's brother from 2 days ago. And they pretty much, we did an investigation on ourselves and we found we did nothing fucking wrong. I mean, it's been the same story the whole entire time. There's very high level people inside the government and elites that would be exposed. And this is a big cover-up. So, no, we're not getting anything new. We knew we weren't going to get anything new. And it was a big distraction.
It is. So what's going on with Billy here? Is he saying, what's the definition of
this was the best meme of the week. The best meme of the week, it says, raised the bar, failed the bar, worked at the bar, lived at the bar, can't spell the bar, and should be behind bars.
The last two are my favorite right there. So
yeah, this is Clinton getting stage fright. He gets called out for his Epstein association, and look at his
Nobody
face.
can dispute the fact that we need. Oh
yeah. Oh yeah.
What an asshole!
He was stunned though. You can see on his face. He was like, "Did he just call me a rapist?"
You know what? These guys are getting challenged. Obama's getting challenged, and they don't like it. And they should be challenged.
Keep challenging them.
Keep challenging them. Is this a palate cleanse here? Is that what this is?
This is a palate cleanse. This is a United spot for them.
I got to get all this shit out of my mouth. We've cruised through the last 20 minutes, so here we go.
Well, they're releasing the client list. Again? Hello, and welcome to Client List Anonymous. Would anyone like to share?
Hello, my name's Tom Hanks. And I'm on the client list.
Hello, Tom!
It's been about 3 weeks since my last client list, but because of my celebrity status and my high level of income, no one will ever know, especially Mama.
Thanks, Forrest. Anybody else want to share? Hi, my name's Bill, and I'm on the client list. Hey, Bill, it's been 2 days since my last client list. I was lonely, and I was watching Cuties on Netflix, and the next thing you know, wham, bam, here's $1 million hush money. Been there, done that. Anybody else want to share?
Hello, I'm Prince Andrew,
What?
and I'm on the client list.
Hey, Prince Andrew.
It's been a few months since my last client list. I've been suffering from ED, but thanks to these new gas station boner pills by Hunter Biden, I'm back, baby!
Yeah, them gas station boner pills are awesome. I take mine an hour before shower time with a glass of water, and I don't get a headache or nothing. I'm Bill, and I'm list. It's been 2 hours since my last list, but Hillary's taking care of it right now. Oh, that smells awful. Come on, Hillary. Do it for your marriage. All right. Anybody else want to share?
Are the rumors about the list being released true?
I think so.
Stephen King.
Well, if that list is released, I'm moving out of America.
Me too. I won't stand for this, okay? It's an invasion of privacy to release that list. Yeah, what people do on their own time is their business, not America's business. All right, all in favor of releasing a list with no names on it, say aye. Aye. Hey, that was better than Ashley. All right, everybody, that's all the time we have. But before we go, let's say our Epsteinian prayer. Everybody bow your heads. Jeffrey, grant me the celebrity status to stay rich and powerful so I can do what I want, when I want.
What I want, when I want. What'd you bring Garland for?
Well, because it's Happy January 6th Day.
Oh, yeah, that's right. More of this shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a moment to recognize that tomorrow marks the 3rd anniversary of the January 6th attack on the Capitol. For our country, January 6th was an unprecedented attack on the cornerstone of our system of government, the peaceful transfer of power from one administration to the next. For many of the law enforcement officers defending the Capitol on that day, January 6th was also dangerous, painful, and personal. On that day, officers were punched, tackled, and tased as they defended the Capitol and those inside. One officer was crushed in a door, and another was dragged down a flight of stairs. Officers were attacked with chemical agents that burned their eyes and skin. They were assaulted with pipes, poles, and other dangerous and deadly weapons.
You could kill it whenever.
Over the course of...
Thank you. I can't stand listening to him.
I know,
twist.
but okay, so they keep calling it an attack now. None of them, he said it too, none of them say insurrection any longer, right? But we're supposed to believe that Trump was involved with an insurrection, so therefore he should not be on the ballot.
Yeah. Well, they're doing their damnedest. They Friday news drop, they drop something else on him. The Supreme Court's going to decide whether he can be off the ballot.
Yeah, I think I have that in Cream of Bullshit. I got a couple of those in Cream of Bullshit.
What do you got here?
You brought those.
I bring this. Democratic officials keep competitors off North Carolina ballot, leaving Biden the only choice. Democrat officials. And President Joe Biden will not have any Democratic competitors in North Carolina in 2024 elections, making him the only Democratic candidate in the state.
It's so much easier to rig when there's nobody to compete with.
They're trying to do this in Washington and Oregon,
Just
too.
lever the field. Yeah. Well, I see that happening in Washington. We totally will be rank and file with whatever the DNC wants.
They are the shitheads in Washington
And there isn't
state.
enough of us inside the party anymore, any of the grassroots, to fight back against them.
No,
Who's grassroots inside the Democratic Party now? People for Biden?
No, there's no grassroots.
All the RFK Jr. ones left.
Anybody that has a brain and that can pay attention, or you can just be a sheep and lick the butts of these damn terrible, terrible representatives. What do you got here?
I think you brought this, but
Did I bring this?
it says U.S. adds 126,000 jobs in December, below past expectations. And in this challenging reality, the soaring expenses of groceries, fuel, and housing have reached unprecedented heights, relying on part-time jobs with minimal benefits in an unsustainable path. This narrative emerges as a consequence of the manipulation data, manipulation, a crafty tale spun to conceal the harsh truth. Yeah, we know that.
I wrote that. And that's what
you wrote that?
Yeah, I wrote that, and that was my response, because on the Microsoft News Network, they're really hoity-toity over there, and I got attacked again.
Why would you hang out over there?
I read their shit, and it's just so absurd. It is so absurd. It is tedious. It is the media owns the narrative just 24/7.
I just feel so dirty when I'm around that TDS shit. Like, ew,
It's terrible. It's terrible.
You guys
but
are so ill and
they took away the thumbs down at the beginning of December, just like YouTube did.
Yeah,
they
this
took away the thumbs
shit.
down.
They don't. Yeah, you can't ratio them anymore.
Can't ratio them anymore.
So
you got
ratio them with comments.
Yes,
So we just go in there and
that's
comment.
what I do. And you know what?
Exactly.
And I write this stuff. And I put it in there because they speak asshole in there, like they're something special. They're not something special.
Oh, God. Did you see that Seth Rich post I put up this week? Because it was Seth's birthday the same day as Amber's birthday, the 3rd. And I had the TDSers come in, and they're still selling fucking Russiagate, Oz.
Yeah, I know.
Still
selling it. Trying to sell
selling Russiagate and calling me a fool and a conspiracy theorist for not believing that Russia hacked the DNC.
Well,
I was just we're still doing this? Are you kidding me?
no, it's not a surprise. Now, you brought Yellen, and you sent this to me yesterday, and I just about threw my monitor through the wall.
I know. I sent it to you. I go, this one's going to piss you off.
It did piss me off. It's going to piss everybody else off that's watching. And believe me, guys, we're going to get to a little bit lightheartedness towards the second half of the show here, and we got a killer outro tonight. So
yeah, we do. You do have a killer outro.
But anyway, listen to this bullshit coming out.
Yeah,
of
I hope you guys
pie
take
hole.
your blood pressure meds because this one will
This
piss
is
you off.
absolute bullshit. Jax, this is for you. I'm going to give this one to you. You're going to enjoy this a lot.
Much for being with us. We keep saying beating expectations, beating expectations. Why do people keep underestimating this economy?
Well, there has been a lot of pessimism about the economy that's really proven unwarranted. A year ago, most forecasters believed we would fall
You
into
being poor is
a
unwarranted.
recession. Obviously, that hasn't happened. We have a good, strong labor market. Today's news, as you mentioned, showed that the unemployment rate remains low, and we added 216,000 jobs. Now, the pace of job creation over the last 3 months averages 165. That's down from a year ago when the economy was still recovering from the pandemic. But it's something that's expected and desirable, consistent with an economy that is now recovered and is transitioned to stable and steady growth. So the labor market continues to fire on all cylinders. Other reports this week, a low level of initial claims for unemployment insurance, job openings remain at healthy levels. And importantly, inflation has come way down. Over the last 6 months, the measure that the Fed watches most has been running right at their target of 2%. And Americans are beginning to feel that. And some surveys are suggesting that they're becoming more optimistic, which is something that's really good to see, because price increases have slowed substantially. Some important prices have fallen noticeably. The majority of gas stations around the country, a gallon of gas is now selling for under $3 a barrel.
Not in Washington
prices
State.
have come down. You know, there's more work to do on the inflation front. Some important prices, food prices, and apartment rentals remain high, but we're really making progress. President Biden's approach has been to do everything he can to spur that improvement, keeping energy prices down, creating good jobs through an Invest in America agenda.
Yeah, it was at the end of it. You know, I'm not flabbergasted anymore. 10 years ago, I would have been. Every administration pulls this shit, and this was the crux to the argument. One of the ones I had over on the Microsoft News Network with that one person. That one person, her name was Auntie Ellie, and kept coming at me about this. I said this is cooking the books. This is just to make the current administration look like they're doing something that's helping everything. You know, all the facts are the same. The statistics are correct. I said that isn't the point. This two things. This is made to shore up support for the current administration, which in my view is impossible to this point. And the other thing is to throw it out there so the general public feels better about their standing in life, when we all know it's not happening at all.
Okay, you're living on your credit card.
You're living on your credit card. You know, the thing going around, people can't do tolerate a $400 emergency. Everything has fallen to shit. And you notice how she parsed everything? Everything slowed down. The rate of increase in the... but it's still
Well, we
at
still
high.
have some focuses. Rents are high and food's still high.
Yeah,
we know.
Yeah, everything's it's unaffordable. I went to Fred Meyer's the other day. How people can afford to buy groceries anymore? I just don't know. I don't
we're eating a lot less, which is good for me.
Oh yeah,
COVID
the starvation
had me
diets aren't any good.
Yeah, I'm on the starvation diet. So California becomes the first state to offer health insurance to all undocumented immigrants. I don't know if that's a bad thing since they have a surplus, remember?
Yeah.
Let's see. What term best describes Alan Dershowitz? Scumbag, Zionist, sleazeball, or jackass? I don't know. You pick.
All four.
All of the above.
All of the above. And I got to tell you, their surplus was $48 billion, I believe, at one point, and now they're in the hole for $68 billion is one of the figures I heard tossed around. Just crazy. And I don't think offering health care to undocumented immigrants is a good idea at all, because that's an incentive. All they need is one more incentive to leave their country, which we have destroyed. So if you're going to do that, just Medicare for all, not Medicare for all, universal fully funded health care, and start solving these problems. Start solving the problems. Quit giving it to one.
Solve the problems.
It's
late stage capitalism.
Yeah.
It's useless to even say it. Let's go ahead and skip this one. This is Biden's staffers are quitting. His campaign staffers are quitting. Not a big deal. We can skip it for time.
Bring it Monday.
Yeah, no, we can skip it for time just because we got such a late start today.
You brought
this was Dark Brandon. Yeah, the return of Dark Brandon.
You brought Brooklyn Dick Defiant here.
I know, that's why I had to bring it. I know you love Brooklyn Dick Defiant.
Yeah, sure I do.
He says I've never seen President Biden this angry before.
Who called when he visited cemeteries? Called dead soldiers suckers and losers. Remember that?
Oh, I'm gonna cry. I'm so mad.
Sometimes I'm really happy the Irish can't be seen. It was right around the time I was at Bo's grave, Tommy. How dare he? Who in God's name does he think he is?
How dare you?
Why is he
Greta turned 18. I think Greta turned 18 this week.
Why is he even talking about this like this? He should be talking about good stuff, about what he's doing, not this kind of shit that divides the country.
He reminds me of that when your kids are like 5 or 6 years old and they're really seriously pissed off about something and they're just faking how pissed off they are about it. And you're just sitting there entertaining it. You could all see he's fooling. You know?
Well, I'm 6 years old, and every Saturday night I'm pissed off, so I come and I do my thing. So what's
oh my gosh, Chris Christie. Chris Christie has got his nose so far up Trump's ass he can't even see.
Still? I thought.
Still. And they call him out for it.
Chris is obsessed with Trump. I mean, God bless him. He's a friend. He's obsessed with Trump. He sleeps, eats, and breathes it every day.
Chris is only talking about Trump. That's it. He's kind of a one-man show. And I know he says he wants to stay in the race to speak the truth about Trump, but that translating to votes in a primary is a very different thing.
And for Chris Sununu to say, I'm obsessed with Donald Trump, the fact that Donald Trump is not going to do a town hall on Fox News, 5 minutes bringing up Donald Trump, and said that Trump belonged in a mental institution. Someone's got to be one-on-one against Trump, but they actually have to be against Trump.
Is he done? Is he done? Of course not.
Primary by someone who would have Donald Trump's endorsement. Would you take the vice presidential nomination from Donald Trump, offend any people who are supporting Donald Trump right now? That's not the formula for beating Donald Trump in 2024, other than me, who have been willing to take on Donald Trump and tell the truth about him, and Trump complained for weeks. What I'm also confident of is that Donald Trump, I would rather have the voters make the decision to kick Donald Trump out. Very clear that they're against Donald Trump. Everyone is a long shot in this race, but Donald Trump on the Republican side.
Chris Christie, there's another beauty, Trump derangement syndrome. He's got a major case of, what are you going to do for the country? I don't like Donald Trump. I don't. You know why he doesn't like me? Because I never gave him a job. That's why I didn't like him.
Anybody thinks I'm getting out of this race, they're crazy. I haven't lost anything yet. And fact is, I've qualified for every debate that was a national debate. I've qualified for both of the New Hampshire debates that'll be coming up in the week between Iowa and New Hampshire. I've met every mark that you needed to make that have been artificially set either by the RNC or by some of the networks. I haven't lost anything yet.
That one didn't age quite so well.
Yeah, he's a little obsessed with Trump, but they all are. Cheney is, freaking Haley is. Yeah, they can't keep Trump out of their mouth, right?
No, they can't. You brought this one.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is actively involved in talks with several potential VP picks. Oh, who's it going to be? Could it be Tulsi? Who could it be?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm saying it's going to be the last person to visit Epstein in jail.
Oh my gosh! I'm telling you, go listen to that Tucker interview with Epstein's brother. It's interesting for sure.
You brought Brother P.
Brother P's got a new format. I'm gonna always, I'm always gonna push Brother P's stuff. So here you go. No card in camera. What does that mean?
Today, guys, this is the new logo. I am here for you. We're gonna be here every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Maybe at a Saturday show, because we want to give that stupid, Saturday day Meet the Press show a little challenge. But listen, right now we want to start off with our first segment. We have some great news today. Take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. An increasing number of Americans now see foreign policy as a top issue. And this is written by our good friend Kyle Anzalone, another paisan.
Well, yeah, when they're pouring billions of dollars
out. According to a new poll, the numbers of voters who view foreign policy as a top issue has doubled. And that's right. I made that doubled big so you can see it, because this is great news. And this is during the past year. Joe Biden has defined his as waging a proxy war against Russia in the Ukraine, where almost 500,000 Ukrainian soldiers are now dead. Remember, the average age of a Ukrainian soldier is 43 years old. They have nobody else left to send to the front line. And now backing the Israeli onslaught in Gaza and engaging in a military buildup in the Asia-Pacific to fight a future war with China. The Associated Press survey, we know how they are, found about 4 in 10 U.S. adults named foreign policy topics in an open-ended question that asked people to share up to 5 issues for the government to work on in the next year. Last year, only 18% of Americans said foreign wars were a top issue, about 20% right now.
Yeah,
it's
billions.
my top thing. Yeah,
billions.
It jumped to the top of my list. It really did.
Well, that's because that we're like the UK. We're starting to pay the price for all this shit. When they blew up the Nord Stream, the fuel costs over in Europe just tripled. My brothers, that. So these foreign wars have consequences, especially with the shenanigans.
Inflation at home, for sure.
And the crap, it's coming back to bite you in the ass. And many others said you would. And this bullshit, you brought this thing.
Oh, yeah, this pissed me off. So the New York Times says it's time for America to go back to Afghanistan.
Who'd they pay to put that op-ed in? Or was that
right?
just a plant?
Who sponsored that?
That was a CIA frickin' plant in there.
Oh, my God. The CIA's got all kinds of stuff going on.
Mother Jones.
Why you should say, this is Mother Jones. Mother Jones says, why you should stop eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's a dogmatic adherence to mealtimes, is anti-science, racist, and might actually be making you sick. Racist to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh my God, I don't know.
Mother Jones knows best.
Yeah, well, I'm with you on that 1 meal a day diet thing we got going on. That's
all I can afford is 1 meal a day.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of convenient now. Yeah,
it's
convenient. That's intermittent fasting, 18 hours, and then you've got a window to eat, and that's the way it is. Now this one's a little bit hanky, but I think it's a little bit important as far as Sabby's perspective, and
Sabby says
I agree with her, but this thing wouldn't lock for some reason. Let me see where it starts.
Through the door.
Yeah, I have to move
that. Didn't include the cost of the labs.
Okay, let me move it to where it's supposed to start.
So
right about
find
here.
me in the healthcare system. He said 50 Cent doesn't understand why California is giving immigrants living illegally free health care. So let's go into this. And there's 50 Cent there. 50 Cent is like, I got 21 questions, he says. On Wednesday, 50 Cent shared a post on Instagram which can be seen below, questioning Cali's new move to provide universal health care to its roughly 39 million residents, including the people who are living in the state illegally. In the post, 50 shared a screenshot of a news article on the topic. He captioned the post, "I don't understand this. This is going to cost $2.6 billion for taxpayers. They don't even give veterans health insurance. Ari Melber, call my phone now. Help me understand this
Savvy's
shit."
perspective, I agree with
he
her on
added,
this.
tagging MSNBC journalist Ari Melber. So you'll see here, there's actually a screenshot of that post. So that's 50 Cent's Instagram accounts. And you'll see it said here, California becomes the first state to offer health insurance to illegal migrants. And there's 50 Cent's comment there. So he's just like, what the heck? And I can tell you a little bit about the veterans here because my dad's a vet. And I can tell you that the VA in this country is awful. I mean, I know from firsthand experience, my dad, it took him years for the VA to approve for my dad to have 100% disability. I'm talking years. And it's not something like that. I'm talking about the soldiers that come back from these wars and they go to the VA to receive the type of assistance that they're told that they're going to get when they join the military. And the VA just pushes a lot of paperwork, delays things, doesn't help them with mental health the way that it should. That's why you see all these veterans out on the street. Think about that. I can't walk through one college area in this city without seeing veterans on the street. So he has a good point there. And it just makes you wonder. I don't know. Maybe Ari Melber will contact 50 Cent. Maybe 50 Cent will go on MSNBC and he'll talk about it. But we need to start talking about this. Because the thing is, what else needs to happen for our government and our politicians to realize that we cannot continue to be overlooked? Where's our health care?
Yeah.
I told you on Tuesday that politicians in Chicago were giving $9,000 for rent to migrants that came into Chicago.
Yeah.
Black Chicagoans were basically saying, like, you guys have never done anything for us. Where's our money for rent? So we got to pay attention to what's happening here. And again, I believe that this is all an effort to basically find a way to replace workers in this.
Well, as a poor white girl, we're not allowed to ask for help. So,
well,
you know.
This is the thing. You know, they're again, if you're going to have a benefit for the social safety net, everybody needs to get it. Or that's it. You cannot.
Well, and I'm just happy for anybody who actually fucking dupes the system and gets some kind of benefits nowadays.
And you shouldn't have to. You should get that.
It is, though. You have to jump through fucking hoops to get anything from this government.
Well, yeah.
So.
I mean, I'm eligible for LIHEAP. But
don't think that those immigrants aren't selling their fucking souls to the United States government for whatever they're getting.
Yeah. So, and they want them to join the military. They want them to vote for the Democrats. They want to. You know, I used to.
They want them to fill the ranks of the military because their military recruitment's so far down.
But you
know, here's the thing: if you're out there paying attention to the mainstream media that is reporting on what's happening at the border, aka Fox, they're interviewing those people coming across. They're not just from the global south. They're from every fucking where. There's Chinese, there's Japanese. It's mind-blowing. They're coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
Not just the global south.
I don't want to push on these people, but that is going to help to
This is how Rome fell.
expedite the fall of the American empire. It's going to.
And it is. It's exactly what Rome did. Rome, we need more people to fill our military ranks. And it turned into a big ass civil war.
It's a mess. So something's got to be done about this. And both the parties are not going to do it. What were you going to say?
Let's skip this. I need cropped, man. I got curtain problems tonight.
That's all right.
Let's go ahead and skip this. Loretta is coming after Trump for $400 million, almost $400 million. I mean, this is the most hokey, hanky fucking civil lawsuit I've ever fucking seen. Talk about gangster mafia, freaking.
It's a different one every day with him. They're throwing the kitchen sink and the bolts out in the driveway at him. So, what do we got here?
Oh, this is okay. So this is AOC and a bunch of fucking Republicans got together and they want Clarence Thomas removed from being able to judge on the Trump case if he should be on the ballot.
What?
Yes. Go ahead and play it.
You signed that letter along with Congressman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Hank Johnson, I think the principal author of it, and a few other members of the House. It seems very clear, as strong a case of recusal as one could imagine.
Well, it is a strong case. It's even stronger because Clarence Thomas has already recused himself from a January 6th case. You'll remember there was an uproar when it came out about his wife's role in the January 6th case, and the fact that he had not recused himself from an earlier Supreme Court case related to turning over text messages from Mark Meadows, I believe, to the January 6th committee. After that uproar, after it was revealed the extent of which his wife was involved, he then did recuse himself in a case that went up to the court about John Eastman's communications related to January 6th. So it's not only that this is an open and shut case of an appearance of a conflict of interest, if not an actual conflict of interest, but it is precedent that he has set himself.
Looks like she likes to party.
And so if he now does not recuse from this case, he will clearly be picking and choosing which cases related to January 6th he wants to rule on and which he doesn't think are sufficiently important for him to insist on ruling upon. And it just underscores how important it is for the Supreme Court, and if the Supreme Court does not do it, for Congress itself to implement new ethics rules on the Supreme Court so that it is not just up to Clarence Thomas to make this decision himself.
What the hell ever.
Ah, there you go. Democrats getting some ethics put on the Supreme Court.
Yeah, whatever. They don't abide by the ethical rules that are already there.
Yeah, Clarence is a total sleaze, but do I think that he should be removed off of the Trump stuff?
No, it's the same rules.
Trump won. He got to put those people in there. So
believe me, if it didn't work to the Democrats' advantage, they wouldn't be squawking. They wouldn't be squawking at all.
Exactly.
What do you got here?
Oh, so this is the first fully AI restaurant. I want to say it's in San Diego.
Oh,
this is News Nation cream of bullshit.
It's AI restaurant. It's not just a kiosk. It's a fully operational.
It's fully. There's no humans cooking your food.
Oh my God.
Well, the new restaurant in Southern California is historic for what it is missing. No human workers behind the counter. Cali Express by Flippy is the world's first fully autonomous eatery with its robotic chefs serving up burgers and fries for hungry customers. All right, let's bring in Nancy Lou, who's live in Pasadena with a look inside. And Nancy, I heard you say on the call this morning the food is pretty tasty.
It is very tasty. And believe me, I've been doing a lot of taste testing. But look, the robots are here. You've seen these kiosks before, but this is like a whole new level of robot takeover inside restaurants. It's why much of the service workforce could soon become obsolete. You can see there's one person here, but the rest is robots. And, you know, Cali Express by Flippy, it's not open to the public yet. But as a News Nation viewer, you are getting a special sneak peek. This is the world's first restaurant powered by AI.
You can kill it.
That is the sizzle of a Wagyu beef patty after being...
Ooh, Wagyu beef, too.
Wagyu
Because they
beef.
can afford the Wagyu beef because they don't have any employees.
Ah, that's a bunch of shit. That's 3D printed biomatter.
Yeah, that's
whatever.
not real freaking
Not-
Wagyu.
not-
No way.
Not real. Don't worry about it, guys. But I'll tell you something, Chanda.
$16.99.
I
Yeah,
do.
don't think so.
I if I was still going to fast food and restaurants, I would not patronize any that have a kiosk to order from. And I quit going to, what was that place that I used to go to up here? I can't remember. Applebee's. They have like kiosks.
They just microwave frozen shit.
Well, yeah, they have
For
kiosks
TV dinners.
that you'd put your order in a kiosk.
Yeah.
I quit patronizing them.
Yeah,
And that's why
hear
I don't do self checkout either. So, you know, that's just.
Yeah, we don't have a choice sometimes in our.
Yeah,
in our
when you
life.
don't have a choice, you got to do what you got to do. But I do my best not to patronize these places. Now, we've got a pretty good, Neil says. Matter of fact, did someone say a twofer? Baby pasta down there in the corner. But Neil kind of nails it here because it is utter corruption what we're dealing with. So check this out. I got 2 clips. Here we go. They're
you
quick.
could talk about elections and vote.
Oh, my God.
Did we crash? What happened?
No, I hit the wrong thingy.
think that's a bursted flush, as we say in the land of Robert Burns. I think in the short to medium term, voting is not going to get us out of this. And I have ideas about what to do.
He's just now figuring that
when
out.
we come to the next so-called election, but I'll deal with that then. But it's plainly obvious that even now, we're short of the numbers to force the necessary change. Because still, a lot of people are talking, God bless every single one that's raised his or her voice, on whatever scale, large or small, just talking to family and friends, or if they've got access to a wider platform. But we still don't have the numbers, and we know that because the situation hasn't properly changed yet. And the architects of the destruction of our society are still out there, doing their thing, are still there.
Yeah, he's not nihilist enough for me. I'm sorry.
Well, he's, you know.
You're just now figuring out voting ain't going to work?
He's trying to.
I know you like him, and I'm not pooing on him.
He's trying to be thoughtful. But I got to tell you, you know what? If we sit here and just take it, they're going to keep doing it. Our politicians are some of the most mediocre dumbasses I've ever seen in my lifetime. They're terrible. They're terrible. Now, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so there is things that we could take to the streets and do. Like, for example, the fucking farmers and what they've been doing, right? They make a very bold statement. Voting, we can't vote our way out of it.
No, we can't. Buying habits.
Protest our way out of it.
Buying habits. I mean, Sister Amber with her Cash Friday only. I mean, whatever they do, the politicians do, you can bet that they're doing it at the behest of the oligarchs, the world powers that are running this place.
Obviously, you just saw Kirby lose his shit. Like, we're going to protect shipping.
Yeah. I mean, they're lying about January 6th. They have been forever. And the Republicans, for the most part, aren't squawking enough pushback on that lying crap. They could do much better.
I wasn't even into January 6th. I'm going to start celebrating it every year.
Yeah, I know. It's a
Make
holiday
sure all
for
my
me.
frickin' nationalist pride shit's up.
Anyway, let's hear the second part. This is the most important part, and then we'll move on here real quick.
The Blair thing, the Blair creature, is still out there. Most recently being touted as a post-war mediator in Gaza. I mean, what can you say? The man who is Prime Minister of the United Kingdom held hands with United States President George W. Bush and lied the country into an illegal war. Who has done as much as any living person to destabilise the Middle East and to bring death and misery to millions.
I'm down,
and yet his
Jack.
name is used in a sentence about peace. It makes my gorge rise. I put a line or two out on social media this week about all those celebrities and silverback journalists, you know the ones I mean, those that had spent decades trading under machismo, you know, their hardman reputations, but who, when the madness started, when a real fight came along for the first time, when they might have used their positions to defend the people of this country and the wider world against the scamdemic, against the lockdowns, against the jabs, they either kept their heads down and their mouths shut to protect their brands and their businesses, or else they joined the chorus, singing and dancing as cheerleaders of the state. And I see their faces pop up on TV now when I accidentally turn on a terrestrial channel for a minute, and they're still posturing the same old way. They're still punting their latest self-serving crap. And I know that as long as people keep watching and listening to them, that the solution will remain out of reach. I can't bring myself to look at them. In the absence of enough people calling out the obvious, dismissing and disregarding the guilty, the solution to our problems will remain out of reach.
I agree. And when we normalize these people, when we let the Chuck Todds, the Rachel Maddows, the Chris Hayeses, all of these bastards get away with this stuff without one iota of pushback, I believe that we are irresponsible. And
that's why it's the work we do is so important of responding, like you going over to MSN and fighting with people about the truth. Me taking on Russia gators over on Twitter that I don't know.
You have to.
You guys burning it down with your memes and your tweets and your posts. We just smack them with the truth, smack them with the truth, smack them with the truth. And that's all we can do.
Just show it to them. Show it to them. Put it in their face. Proudly put it in their face.
Yeah.
And like this.
That is a good point that you got to don't stay silent.
What do you got here?
Remember when we all knew wrestling was fake and they finally admitted it, but all the fans basically ignored it? We're pretty much there, but with mainstream media. Oh, absolutely. Scientists warn that within 6 months, humanity will run out of things to call racist. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Now, this is pretty crazy. I'm not going to play the second one.
Yeah, no, go ahead and just play the first one. I think everybody's probably seen this. Yeah, this is a man getting sentenced, and he ain't happy about it.
I love our executive producer, Linda, in this one. This is a great reface.
Yeah, that is a great reface of Linda. He cleared it.
Now
this guy beat like everybody in the courtroom up though. Like, man, he cleared that freaking bench from all the way back at that table. You got to give him a 10 for that shit.
Yeah, you know, he's
going to spend a lot of time in jail for it.
Yeah,
I hope
well,
it was
he
worth
figured
it,
he didn't have anything to lose.
Assaulting a judge is that's like a mandatory couple of years, man.
Now you brought another fee says.
This is an actual fee says. Fee says, oh, this is the terrible video that happened over Christmas. So 72-year-old delivery woman fell on these people's porch and they saw it on their Ring cam. And Fee says the problem is not that she fell. Anyone can fall on the job and it's awful. The problem is, why is a 76-year-old woman having to work as a delivery person? And why do people with hearts have to raise funds to help her instead of corporations she works for? Good question.
Yeah, why? This is why I don't like
A 72-year-old Domino's delivery woman fell while dropping off a pizza.
Are you okay?
I fell.
Are you okay? Are you hurt?
Fuck Domino's. They probably gave her free wings or something. Coupon for free cheesy bread.
Thankfully, Kayron and her husband both work in the medical field, so they quickly came to Barbara's aid, but they knew they could do more for her. Kayron set up a GoFundMe, encouraging people to leave a tip. Soon they raised over $250,000. That allowed Barbara to retire. Now Barbara plans to take a cruise and travel to Europe.
Yeah, it wasn't for damages or her stuff. It was to get her off the streets and retired where she should be.
Or she should be at 76 years old.
72.
Fee's got the right question there. Instead of fucking corporation she works for. Domino's, the millions and millions and billions that they've made over the years. Come on.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to give their employees retirement. They don't have to give them benefits. They're
Well,
Domino's is low-wage work.
Domino's, they're individual owners. It's not a chain.
Yep.
It's So what do we got here?
2024. I'm not going to hurt you, me. Don't stay away. Don't come near me. Let's see. Masks are becoming mandatory at hospitals again in combat of spreading conditions such as COVID, RSV, and RBF. So you know it. Yeah, masks are on the rise again.
I know. I've been seeing it all over the place. So
yep.
What do you got here?
This is, I brought this because these next two questions, Jax, I'm glad you are in the chat because I brought one of these specifically with you in mind. But does anybody feel like they have a connection with their doctor anymore, or that it has changed dramatically in the last 5 years?
I think I do. He pities the old guy. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust Western medicine anymore. I mean, they tried to kill me with Big Pharma for so many fucking years now, and I feel like they're just glorified fucking drug pushers.
Well, the thing of it is with my GP, I like him because if I want something done, a test or something, we talk about it and I get it done 9 times out of 10.
That's nice. But if you don't have a GP in a lot of rural areas like where I live, you can't get one. They rotate out so fucking fast that we get the residents in for 1 year and then they're gone. You get a new one. Like every time you go to the doctor, you're seeing somebody new. So you don't get to build that rapport. Mm-hmm. And that's where the future of medicine in the United States looks like. You're not going to have a relationship with a doctor. You're going to have
It's going to be drive-through
It's going to be drive-through or tele. Exactly. And without that bond to your doctor, I just don't trust anything they're saying. They don't know my history. Like, I don't want to retell you my history, you got 50 minutes for me to tell you every surgery I've had in the last 50 fucking years? Like, that type of thing. So, yeah, just go ahead and roll it.
I'm nervous to make this video, and I hope I don't get shadow banned, but I need to know if I am one of the few people that feel this way right now. Does anyone else, feel like you don't trust the doctor anymore? I feel like I'm going to go to the doctor, and I'm going to leave with more problems than I ever had. I feel like I go to the doctors now. I feel like, 1, I know just as much as them. 2, they try to put me on some stuff that I don't need that I then go home and I Google and find out just how harmful it is by so many doctors that have left their practice or whatever to go on YouTube and share what's going on. I think ever since the P-A-N-D. Okay. Ever since what happened, they have lost my trust. Ever since, like, recently I went to the general doctor to get a general checkup, and they pushed birth control on me for a solid hour. Yeah, I made a video on it. I had 3 different nurses come in separately, pressuring me and asking me why I didn't want to take birth control. I know the effects of birth control. I feel like so many women now know because of the lockdown and because of YouTube, like, we have all been exposed to the truth of them knowing what's behind all this stuff. And I'm so glad I never took it, because I know so many women in my life right now that I see are dealing with the after effects of that. But just the pressure that was put on me to take that, and then I went on TikTok and I made a video on it, and I have so many girls commenting saying the same thing happened to them. So, like, what's going on here? What's going on here? Because I feel like not only are we being lied to about the food in the U.S., but I do not trust a doctor anymore.
Is she talking about birth control there? Is that what she's saying?
Well, so every time you go to the doctor, I don't care what age group you are, Big Pharma has these certain drugs that are targeted towards your age group. So I remember being younger, and yeah, they pushed fucking birth control hard. Oh, you need to take these pills. The Depo, I took that Depo shot a couple of fucking times back in the early 90s. That shit fucked me up so bad.
Depo-Provera,
yeah.
yeah.
That was so bad. And then, I mean, yeah, they're always pushing something new on you. And then, of course, flu shot, you know, vaccines, you got to have everything, you know, oh, it's that time of year, you got to get your pneumonia shot, you know, that it's a routine now when you go in of what drugs, what big pharma can we dump on you. It doesn't seem like there's any diagnostic, you know, plans, or it's fast food medicine is what it feels like.
I know. Jack said it
sucks when you're sick.
Yeah, Jack said it's all about the money, and that's why she walked away. I get it. But I
want your insurance.
I want to say a positive thing though. My experience, I'm lucky that I am in a
are very lucky. You
pretty
have a good
rural
doctor
area. My doctor's like 43. He's got a couple of kids. But I got to say something, and you know this to be true. I've always been with the nurses, 100%.
Oh, hell yeah.
With the nurses.
100% I've stood with the nurses.
They're
all the
time.
Ones that make everything fucking happen. If you're in the hospital for a fucking week, it ain't the doctors that are fucking taking care of you.
No,
it's the nurses and the CNAs.
And
so.
Jax, tell us if we're wrong about nurses. You were one forever, you know? So, but I got to tell you, the nurses take so much shit and have to put up with so much different bureaucracy.
That fucking God syndrome, all those fucking doctors have, they dump on the nurses constantly.
And not to bash the good doctors, because there's some good ones, but oh my God, the nurses. Oh, I have a great rapport with my nurses up here. There's 3 of them up here. And even the front nurses, the ones in the front, they're great. So I'm lucky. What do we got here?
Well, okay, so I have a question about this. Why do many doctors wear tattoos with the message, do not resuscitate, do not pump out? A doctor from Southern California told the terrible truth that doctors who wear such an inscription have known about and why they do not want to be pumped out. It turns out, it turned out in time. So why are doctors having this put on their chest? What do they know that we don't know? Why don't they want to be resuscitated and pumped out?
I don't know. I've
never heard that term before, pumped out. Well, okay, so what it comes down to is basically when you get resuscitated, they break fucking everything. Like, all your ribs are broken, your sternum's broken, like, it damages you seriously bad. There's lots of testimony of people will tell you that, right? So, I mean, is that the base of it?
Is it?
That why
I don't know.
Don't want him?
I'd like to know. Jax, do you know? Can you put it in the chat?
Yeah, well, Jax, do you know? That's why I was like, well, the only thing I can think of is that they don't want all the damage.
Is this bullshit or is it true? What have you heard?
Yeah.
Anybody in the chat that's familiar with this?
Tell me what this
good
is.
Question. What do you got here?
Skip it. Let's see. What do we got about? I want to make sure we get to Linda's Yum Yum before we go out today. And this is just the WHR, the WEF, right?
Oh, fuck.
We got all the good WEF fucking meetings coming up, next week or something. Of course, I think the Bilderbergs meet right after that. So we're going to have all kinds of good gossipy stuff in the next couple of weeks, right? Oh, and then did you see that Biden accepted the invitation to give the State of the Union March, 7th or something?
I
Isn't
sent
that so fucking late? Don't we normally do them in the end of January?
Well, I think he does twice a year is what they normally do him. So, yeah, the State of the Union is a joke. The guy can't even tie his shoes. So, I don't know. What do you got here?
Funny. Okay, so this is Joey B. Tunes. This is why I stay home, number 3.
Let me see if I can get it to go.
Oh, dear God. Yeah, this looks like fun. Let's all squeeze together and record something we'll never watch again, like a sea of dystopian sardines. What a way to ring in the new year. Society's in shambles. Our daughters are walking around on leashes. We got people bringing possums on the train and shit. I mean, there's always been nut jobs roaming around the city, but there seems to be a new level of depravity going on here. Like, what is this? How many McFlurries do you have to consume to get stuck on a turnstile? There you go. Flip that McMuffin-eating barrel ass out of the way, will ya? It's like every turn you take, there's some sort of dysfunction going on with people. See, this is why you don't mix all the sodas together. Oh, imagine serving the public these days. This guy's just trying to give these jackasses their food. Meanwhile, they're over here acting like they're being sodomized. Imagine going through the shirt rack and you see this going on next to you.
And it burned as I cried, and I knew you were screaming out my name, my name. Oh.
People just film anything these days.
I am back at my Walmart, just doing some shopping. That's all I'm doing.
Okay, Patty, nobody's interested.
So I saw a couple of my friends that I used to work with, and they were actually really happy to see me. I was happy to see them, too.
And that calls for a public announcement? What do you want us to say? Yay, you ran into people.
So that was me in Morris, Illinois, 844, signing out.
You did it, Patty. You went to Walmart, walked around, and left the building. Talk about influencing. I gotta say, you're a lot braver than most of us. You never know what you're gonna see at the department stores anymore. I'll be honest, I'd be less surprised to see people shopping on horseback than I would to see people scrambling to save $2 on a soup thermos. Look at this, like flies on a pile of horse manure. Meanwhile, outside in the parking lot, old Gertrude over here is banging into your car door. You can't even park your car amongst these people. Look at all the dings on your car. Where do you think they come from? Old Bertha Baggins lurking around your car. Someone ought to hotwire hers and leave the old bag stranded in the parking lot.
Asshole.
We got fungus sniffers lurking around.
Oh
Chew
my
gum
God.
lickers. What is this planet? Everybody wants attention. It's like oxygen to these people. You can't even go sightseeing anymore without this type of nuisance. Boy, you could see the testosterone levels dropping in real time with these two, huh? Oh, and they're weirding the kids out. I don't know, man. If this is a sign of what's to come, I think the best thing to do is just stay home and let the defected have the streets. Talk to you later.
The guy, cynical much there, Joey? I mean, come on, man.
I love Joey. And yeah, that was the Stanley Cup BS that we saw this week. Yeah, this is another, what do they call it? Basic Karen trend. Yeah, they're obsessed with Stanley Cups. But hey, kudos to Stanley's, because I'm sure they could love that they are.
What is that, a
now.
Barbie cup, or what the hell is that?
Oh yeah, you have. Okay, so all these young girls are now just obsessed with these super large coffee cups, because that's what they are, thermos, and yeah, they're a trend. So you have been marked safe.
Linda, our executive producer, did another knockout, yum, and I can't tell you guys, Chanda, the graphics, we are getting skilled more and more and more. And you would, if you want to do a show, get a hold of us, because Linda, Chanda, and myself will go through the ropes with you. We'll show you tricks to get your stuff going. We'll help you engineer. Give us a scream, but the work's getting better all the time. We're getting better all the time, and I hope you like this. She did a terrific job. This is the Tanya Harding. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. It's the anniversary of the clubbing.
Yeah. Nancy Kerrigan got her knee busted.
Yeah.
Tanya dances at Club Nancy. Why? January 6th. Tanya Harding made history at the 1991 U.S. Nationals Figure Skating Championships, when she became the first American woman to land a triple axel in competition.
Nobody can do it to this day.
This landmark moment should have shown the skating world that Tanya Harding was a legitimate contender, and it should have convinced her supporters and herself that she didn't need to literally assault the competition to win.
And now the question is whether she will become the first American to attempt and complete a triple axel jump. We will know that here, whether she tries it or not.
I remember that. Holy shit.
Isn't that great? The first time an American, only Midori Ito has completed a triple axel in competition. Oh, how nice. How terrific. Oh, no.
Unfortunately, though, on this date in 1994, paid assailants on behalf of Harding's ex-husband injured her rival, skater Nancy Kerrigan, when they clubbed her in the lower right thigh with a telescoping baton. The attack took place during the 94 U.S. Figure Skating Championships and was intended to knock Kerrigan out of that competition and the upcoming Winter Olympics. Kerrigan's injury kept her sidelined for the rest of the nationals, but she was able to recover for the Olympics. Both skaters competed in the 1994 Winter Olympics, but Harding was later banned from all U.S. Figure Skating Association events for her part in Kerrigan's attack. Following subsequent events, Kerrigan was later banned from Disney World for her comments to Mickey Mouse that his parade was corny and that she hated it. Why indeed, Tanya Harding? Did you sabotage your own success? Between you and Kerrigan, you were the better skater in this fan of the sport's opinion, and it seemed you had the appreciation of some of the experts too. I'm sorry you felt you weren't good enough.
Yeah, I always felt that way too. I agree with Linda.
Yeah.
She was the better skater. She grew up in the trailer park. She had a hard fucking life, and Nancy was just spoiled. Oh my gosh, she had everything.
It is terrible. Side note here, Linda, our executive producer extraordinaire, has committed to make short clips of her yum-yums.
Yeah, we're going to start doing shorts.
Yeah, so she'll be putting these yum-yums up on Beauty and the Boomer and anywhere else we put stuff up on Rockfin in the not-too-distant future. So you can enjoy all these and rewatch them at your leisure. Thank you, Linda. Knock it out of the park again. You the best. And if this doesn't speak 1,000 words right here, isn't this the damn truth?
His name's Zog.
Zog, it's the truth.
Zog, he's the Zionist operating government.
Honestly, I had to put Biden over Bush W's head, but, because they're the most recent right here.
Well, he controlled Bush W, too.
Yeah, they control all of them. Israel, AIPAC controls your government here in the United States, everybody. So feast on this. We've got, we're almost out of here. We're getting there. I just threw this up because this is the Killer Kids Union, and I agree 100%. You're culpable in mass murder, all of you. All of you.
Every one of them.
Every single one of them. Meme Alley, this is Shanda brought this over from Trailer Park Pundit. Thank you, Shanda.
Meme Alley, because we have fun with memes.
We have fun with memes. We enjoy the memes. I'm going to let you go through these, and I will start bringing them over.
People, how do you stay so calm and level-headed while everyone else is freaking out over the economy? These people have no idea how to live without money. They're what we call new poor. We're old poor. I love that. Why serial killers always wear these glasses, though?
Yeah, that's nailed it, by the way.
Nailed it.
You brought SpongeBob.
When the World War III memes are funny, but you're low-key worried. Yeah, World War III was trending at the beginning of the new year, like it seems to do every New Year's, and the memes were off the hook.
Well, I think it's trending every day in my mind. Here we go.
Well, yeah, it definitely is. Let's see. How to lose $400 million because the internet found out you knocked up an employee and offered a horse to another employee for a effing hand job.
Shit.
I didn't know that.
That Amber Heard?
Was it Amber Heard? I think he bought Amber Heard a horse for sure. Enjoying the new season of Black Mirror. Then I realized I've been watching the news for 45 minutes.
Yeah, you can't compete with the news as far as comparing it to the Black Mirror. I got to tell you. We got, this grossed me out, Shanda.
Yeah, I don't know if this is real. I hope it's not real. I'm not shocked if it is real, though. Pickle flavored Oreos. Ew.
Well, I know Doritos did the dill pickle thing. That was not horrible.
Okay, but they're cheesy. That's okay. You don't mix sugar and chocolate with pickle.
Well,
I love pickles. I just know.
What's in the middle of these Oreos? It's lard, isn't it? It's lard with powdered sugar.
It's not even lard anymore. It used to be lard. Now it's just even worse. It's just chemicals.
It's
now.
Cheese Whiz without the cheese.
Yeah, I had some Cheese Whiz over Christmas. It wasn't good.
I put
Generation X.
Yeah, I put. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I put this one in here. I covered up one that I had in there. I'll bring it next week. But Generation X, 1965, 1985, the last real great generation before all you sissies were born.
Aww.
And, I like that to a degree,
you.
but I got to say, some of us boomers still have our shit together. And we got...
No, you do.
We got knees...
That's the whole point of this show.
We got our knees scraped quite a bit back in the day, if you know what I mean.
You guys did. You guys had to live with the religious dogma. The 65 to 85, we were really that first generation to break out of that, having to go to church every Sunday type of, working class thing.
What's that? Shia LaBeouf joined the Catholic Church
I
this
saw
week.
that. I saw
It's
that.
like, really?
Well, at least he finds some direction, right?
Yeah, I hope
gonna
so.
hate.
This is the best Mandela effect ever, I think, by the way.
Yeah, this is the only Mandela effect that I've never read a good explanation for. I know what I saw. Yeah, I know what I saw.
Me too.
You're not going to convince me the cornucopia was never there. And News 12, let's see, self-repossessing cars, Ford patents plan for missed car payments. So your car's just going to drive itself away when you don't make the fucking payment.
Oh, they'll make a movie about that too. Now, Shanda brought fashion. I added one fashion. And who is this rock group, did you say?
That's Scorpions, like 1970, 75.
I don't know. When I saw that, I just brute antiperspirant came to mind, so I had to add it down there in the corner. And when I put this gal in here with this is fashion from last year, 2023. It was
outdated.
Spin mop. I wondered where they got the idea for spin mops from. And
called a fluffer.
Yeah, a spin mop.
A duster.
Yeah, it works pretty good. I used to go with Webster's and everything else. So I wasn't sure about this one for this week, Shitlib Book Club recommendations, the Don't Drop the Soap, because I put Bob Menendez's face on there, but we could put all of their faces on there, couldn't we?
You can put all of their faces on there.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that I'm laughing. Cute.
Yeah, you are laughing. That was another...
That's new. I like her. I'm going to steal her for my duck.
Yeah, please do. And you give more where that came from. Weird Fox, book Nikki Haley as Nimata Haley. I thought that was a good book club recommendation. Yeah, well, why not? And then you have Stoner Corner here. What do we got for Stoner Corner?
Stoner Corner. Don't invite me over unless these are the plans. Yeah, drinking tea, eating donuts, and smoking weed. And the rich green aroma. Start your day the marijuana way.
That's the way to do it. I love that, Shanda. So we're right here. We're Hollywood Go Fuck Yourself, which, again, I will triple down on Hollywood Go Fuck Yourself all day long. What do you have here? What is this?
Oh, Cat Williams broke the fucking internet this week. 3-hour podcast with Shannon Sharp, the football.
Yeah, I remember Shannon Sharp. I had him on my fantasy league.
Yeah, I had Shannon Sharp for a couple times too. Anyways, Cat just went out there and he called out Black Hollywood, man. He left nothing. There has been so many rebuttal videos that have dropped in the last 24 hours from people he called out, like Ice Cube and Ludacris and Cedric the Entertainer. And the list goes on and on. It's been a thing of beauty. He burned him to the ground. Cat Williams is a very, very intelligent man. He really is. People think he's just a dumb freaking poor pimp, and that's just his character, man.
So you're inclined to go with what he said?
Yes, I am, with 100%. And he calls them out. He says they put them in dresses, just like Dave Chappelle told Oprah 12 years ago, 15 years ago, how long ago it was.
Well, what would be the difference to me, the issues that confront us from white Hollywood and black Hollywood? Wouldn't it be the same issues and problems?
No.
No.
I mean, yeah, it is. It's the same satanic cult pedophilia, satanic bullshit, but they treat the black entertainers different. The humiliation rituals for the black entertainers that come in are far worse than what they do.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking of something else, but yeah, that's a good point, and I agree with you. Do I run this? Is this just a GIF or what?
It's only like 15 seconds.
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no.
Oh, my God.
Well, there's been a lot that's came out over P. Diddy in the last 3 months, man. There's been lawsuits and there's conspiracies about his last girlfriend, wife, whatever. Yeah, there's a lot. Hollywood got called out a lot by Cat. It was good. It was really good.
I put this down in Hollywood because we have an actress, a great actress, Lila Charles Lay. She's an actress in Hollywood. She says, Biden doesn't give one single fuck about saving democracy. No debates, no primaries in several states, no fighting for overwhelming popular policies that dim voters want, no listening to base R.E. Israel, genocide of Palestine. Biden and the DNC are clearly fine losing to Trump. And she's responding to Rob the Meathead Reiner. We have to remind voters every day until November, Donald Trump wants to destroy American democracy. Joe Biden wants to save it. Lila, you nailed it. It's a shame that more in Hollywood don't have the courage that you do, Lila. And I appreciate you. And where we agree, we're 100%. And we're never going to agree with everybody all the time on everything, but credit where credit is due, Shanda.
You give credit where credit's due. And just like that, 1999 was 25 years ago. So.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
God, 25 years ago. That's insane.
When did that come out? In the 80s? I think it came out in the 80s.
Yeah, it came out in 84,
yeah,
85.
I remember. Yeah, it was great. It was great. Loved it.
I feel old.
Now, what's this meme all about?
Denzel, you break my heart. That's what it is. He's throwing Illuminati signs. Everybody thinks Denzel flies above the club. He doesn't fly above the club.
That's an Illuminati
He's
sign?
like a leader of the club. I got to break it to you.
Leader of the club. Well, we made it. We made it. We made it. It is the end of the show.
3 minutes to spare.
What is going on as far as this week? What do you got going on?
I'm on my regular schedule. We have so much to talk about on Monday morning. Of course, I'm going to cover Epstein. We got to talk about Miami Airport because we didn't bring it up tonight. I just knew it was too deep and juicy for us to go into because it's going to take a lot of time because I got a lot of videos, a lot of different perspectives. So what did happen in Miami? Was there aliens? And then, of course, we'll probably talk some more Cat Williams just because there's so many angles of shit that are coming at him. And yeah, I got lots of good stuff over there. And then Dark Brandon.
I enjoy the hell out of your shows. I was telling Shannon in the green room, everybody, I'm physically not in the chat. When her show goes on, it's full attention, in the ears. I go out, get some exercise, some air, and you make me laugh. You make me laugh. And,
good. I'm glad I make you laugh.
Yeah, and when you're probably harder on yourself than anyone is about some of your mispronunciations of things.
Oh my God. Sometimes you just have brain fog.
Well, yeah, and they make me laugh too. And my wife said, "What did you say?" I said, "Pilger." And she goes,
you're yelling at me.
Yeah, I'm yelling at Shannon. It's Pilger, not Pillinger.
Damn it, Shanda.
Yeah, we're just laughing, and my wife just cracks up.
It happens. And I know it. It's just my enunciation threw that in the top roof of my mouth as I was saying it. Just like nuclear. I can't say that right either because it has something to do with the top of my mouth.
Let they who are without sin throw the first stone. Everybody has their moments.
You get up here and do this every day.
Yeah,
and not step in it occasionally.
Yeah.
You step in it occasionally.
You do. And next week, and I've got a treat, everybody. I think it's a treat anyway. I've got the thumbnail pretty much done for next week's Beauty and the Boomer. How do we look?
That dress.
Yeah, I think you look good. I look like I'm in great health, and I've got a full head of hair, so I'm happy. Next Saturday night, Beauty and the Boomer. And we're going to be inside in the thumbnail because it's going to be cold here next Saturday night.
It's snowing. Is it snowing where you guys are? I see all the chats. Hey, chats, what's up? Make sure we didn't miss any super chats. Yeah, it's cold. It's snowing in some places, and it's supposed to get super cold here this week, like in the teens, man.
Yeah, it's supposed to snow starting Thursday here and supposed to snow through Sunday so far, but You know what?
No, I hadn't heard that. Oh my God, I'm looking at my freaking forecast right now. It's supposedly raining and snowing where right now.
Oh,
Okay.
so you already got
I knew it was cold. I've been freezing all effing day.
you got the cold stuff going on.
Apparently I'm getting snow.
We are going to go out tonight with an outro. And who is the outro? It is
Doobie Brothers.
Doobie Brothers. These are two of the best covers that I've heard yet for Doobie Brothers, and
yeah, they're good.
They're fun. The guys are great, and I appreciate it. I want to thank everybody in the chat, everybody over on the Kick and the Rumble and the Twitter and the YouTube, the Rockfin, everybody. We appreciate you putting up with our train wreck. So I think I've got the problem solved. I am going to replug the whole hardware system this week. I've got a brand new Cat 8 cable that I'm going to run from my modem to my router, so that might help. Who knows?
Well, you handle it like a champ. You always do. That's why we call you the man behind the curtain, because even if we 100% crash, you get us back up and running. So.
I do my best. Everybody, have a great evening. It's been a pleasure being with all you great people. Stay warm and be safe all week, because it's crazy out there. So here we go. We're going to have some Doobie Brothers going out. So it's going to be fun.
Watch them disappear. You ain't got no worry. You just been lonely too long. Oh no. But I know what it means to hide your heart from a long time ago. Oh darling, keeps you running. Oh, it keeps you running. It keeps you running. It keeps you running. Yeah, huh? Keeps you running. Oh, it keeps you running. Oh, I know how you feel. Yeah, you know that I've been there. What you're keeping to yourself, oh, you know it just ain't fair. Are you gonna worry for the rest of your life? Hey, why you in such a hurry?